Hey guys, TraderDC here, coming at you with another video. So after letting the whole Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl announcement settle in, I'm actually becoming more open to the idea of returning to the DS-like art style or gameplay in these games. And here's why. So going forward, we know that the Pokemon Company, according to Central Pokemon Leaks, they're going to kind of divide the main series into two different paths. One being the open world modern style, being like akin to the Legends Arceus game, and then one being the more so traditional mainline Pokemon that we're used to. So here's my idea. What if from now on going forward, Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, they kind of develop this style of Pokemon game like what we see in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Basically what I'm saying is a more DS style game with 3D battles and 3D assets going forward. So like maybe that becomes the yearly release. Maybe every single year we get ILCA to develop these types of games. And so this year's Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and maybe next year is Generation 9. Maybe going forward this is going to be the future of Pokemon games. And here's why this isn't exactly a bad thing. Because if you compare the titles before they went 3D to the titles after they went 3D, there's a clear dip in quality. You know, the areas aren't as fleshed out as they were on the DS era or GBA era or even before that. You know, X and Y, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, those regions aren't as fleshed out as Sinnoh, Hoenn, Unova, etc. So what if going forward they decide, hey, you know what, why don't we make new regions in this style so then we could flesh them out fully like we used to. We could spend less time making these large 3D assets, and then we can make our big games every couple of years being the Legends series, which I'm going to get to that later in the video, what I think they could do with that. But so what I'm getting at is like this year's Diamond and Pearl. What if next year they decide, all right, Generation 9, then the following year they decide, all right, let's go back and now do Kanto in this style. Then eventually we get through every single generation in this style and they continue the main series as such. So eventually I would assume we get Black and White. Eventually maybe even Black 2 and White 2. They do Ruby and Sapphire and etc. etc. I think that would be pretty cool because then you're getting this modern slash traditional take on every single region. I think that would be fun to see. Then what does that mean though for the Legends series of games? So immediately this morning when I saw that this leaked out overnight, I immediately thought, okay, this opens the door to them doing Legends games for a bunch of other Pokemon. Like I could already imagine Legend of Mew, Legend of the original Dragon from Unova. Maybe even they do a Legend of Eternatus game eventually, Legend of Zygarde. Maybe we see in the Legend of Zygarde game, we see the war that took place 3,000 years ago in Kalos. Maybe we fight in it. Just this opens the possibility of so many doors. Maybe the Legend of Rayquaza. Maybe it's the Legend of the Legendary Beasts. We get to see the origin of those three creatures. Maybe we see the tower burned down in Ancient Johto. Just going forward, this really opens the door to a lot of possibilities. And it actually reminds me of a leak we had, or rather I should say a fake rumor that came out before Generation 8, actually before even Let's Go came out in 2018. Someone was saying, hey, yeah, going forward, the Generation 8 isn't going to be a traditional generation. It's going to be us returning to Kanto like 300, 400 years ago where the region's completely different. Or was it in the future? I believe it was in the future, actually. So this is kind of like that. What if they then decide, yeah, we're going to start to do, going forward, these wide areas? I don't know. That's just what I thought of. I think it could be really cool to see that we start to get a DS style, not fully 3D Pokemon game for every region. Of course, I would then hope that the National Dex returns. I would hope Mega Evolutions return, and there's actually a pretty decent possibility that Megas are in Diamond and Pearl remakes. Reason why is because they haven't shown the covers yet. Like, why are you holding off the covers if it's just normal Dialga and Palkia? There's no reason to hold them off. So there must be something special there that they haven't shown us yet. And one other thing I do want to add on before signing off of this video is what exactly does this mean for the Let's Go series of games? You know, Let's Go was pretty successful sales-wise, and I assume that eventually they were going to make another one. So does that mean going forward we're going to have 3 separate series of games? So like Let's Go is your 3D Pokemon game with Pokemon Go mechanics. The Legend series of games is your more so RPG Pokemon game in an open world environment, and then the mainline series of Pokemon games goes back to being more so of a 2D top view camera type of game that has 3D battles like we saw with the Diamond and Pearl remakes. I don't know. I think that's kind of intriguing to me, and I wouldn't be exactly opposed to seeing that. Like, hey, what if we get a Heart Gold and Soul Silver ported to the Switch, and it's literally just like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? I mean, the possibilities are endless. I think this could be really, really awesome going forward. We'll see what happens with Pokemon, but yeah, I am much more positive on the whole Diamond and Pearl remakes now that I let it sink in and thought about what could happen in the future of Pokemon now that this was announced. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see them do this going forward with Pokemon. Have the Legend series for your open world RPG, and have the mainline series for the older style traditional Pokemon games like with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.